Folks, welcome to this week's episode of Search and Report, the podcast. I am your host, Drew Fernie, and today I have Art the Rockett. Y'all know him, y'all love him. He's here.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah. I really did notice a huge difference from the last week, because last week I did the episode on my own, and I was like, man, it'd be amazing to bounce these things off of someone right now.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, no, glad to have you back, man. There's been a lot of things going on this week. A lot of things gaming related. A lot of things having to do with Nintendo.
Yeah, but not in a good way.
never in a good way. I think the only time it'll ever be good news from Nintendo is if they port over Mother 3 or they actually release Metroid 4.
I mean, but they're still the highest selling console, I believe.
They are.
So that I don't think they don't have to do anything. So
nope, not at all. Yeah, weren't they didn't they oversell the PS4 already? They're doing way better than the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
For sure.
Like, yeah.
No doubt.
I don't think unfortunately Nintendo is ever gonna change their ways. You know, they're doing fine. Why would they need to change?
Exactly.
But yeah, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 news items this week, so it's gonna be a hefty episode. I'll try to get through them as quickly, but not rush through these. But we can go through our first news item of the week, and like I said, I put this because, as many of y'all know, Art actually works in the film industry. And I found this really interesting, and I want to hear your take on it because I'm sure you know more about this. But Metal Gear Solid movie to star Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake.
So my first thoughts are Oscar Isaac is definitely a great actor. I don't think he was the best choice for this role, but I believe it was more of a business decision based off every move, like a lot of movies he's been in right now. I think this was definitely like a part to like sell the movie to get everybody to see it.
Yep.
He's been in a lot of films like, Star Wars and now in the upcoming movie Dune, I believe. He's a movie actor, and I think the gaming community had a lot of TV actors in mind for this role specifically. I thought Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead had a better look and voice for Solid Snake, in my opinion. I think he would have been the better choice, but Oscar Isaac is still he's still a great choice in general. Definitely has the hair, the facial hair, kind of a look. He's a little bit of the younger side, but I think his voice is a little bit more higher pitched than Solid Snake is supposed to be, but we'll see how he pulls it off. He's pulled off a lot of other roles in his career, so I can't wait to see what they do.
Now that you mention it, Norman Reedus would have been a great cast, a great actor for this. I actually think he pulls off the look of Solid Snake way better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've seen him in Last Stranding, like how well he did. So he already has a gaming community, like fan base. So that's why I thought like he would be picture perfect for Solid Snake, personally. Yeah. But his career has been only TV for a long time, and he's mainly known for being in The Walking Dead. So for him to suddenly be casted in a movie, and I'm sure there's a lot of audiences like myself that don't watch Walking Dead to suddenly see him, it'd be like, oh, who's this guy? Like, I only know him because, of course, like Walking Dead has been on the air for so long, but for somebody who doesn't watch Walking Dead, it's like, that you're not going to sell them on going to the theater or renting this film digitally, whatever the new normal is going to be next year.
That's true. Yeah, especially with what is it, Warner Brothers releasing all their
Right.
movies next year, and what is it? Are they gonna release it on a streaming service,
HBO
right?
Max.
HBO
Yeah,
Max. Yeah.
that's insane. It's good for them.
Yeah, I mean, good for them, good for us, because I don't think anybody. I liked going to movies, but at the same time, it always like, I don't know. I never quite enjoyed the movie experience, the theater, going to the theater, that whole experience as much as I used to as a kid. But
Right.
I don't know. I think I'm just getting old, where I'm like,
I'm the exact opposite. of
really?
you.
You
I
like
miss
theaters?
the movies so
Oh, wow.
much. Yeah. Especially when it comes to Marvel films, like it like big going to like, or just like big franchise film. Yeah, sure. Like I buy into the superhero genre and whatnot, but the experience of going on opening night, enjoying it with everybody cheering, it's an experience unlike ever before. I guess maybe it's a California thing, maybe it's a Hollywood LA thing,
Mm,
but it's more of a community, like everybody gets to share the same, like everybody's together on this. Whereas when I used to go to openings back in my hometown El Paso, people weren't as excited.
yeah.
Plus you'd have like people talking during the movie, like the audience doesn't care as much as when you're in Hollywood, when you're in LA, where everybody's quiet, everybody's just you have a more private and shared experience when, I guess, in the theaters in California versus anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Mm.
But hopefully, yeah. I mean, we still don't have. I don't think we have to worry about this movie not being shown in theaters yet, because I don't think they even have Yeah, there's not even a start date for production.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure by the time that movie comes out, we'll be back in theaters for sure.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Apparently, Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear Solid, he said that the movie has been in the works since all the way back in 2006. Yeah,
I believe that. It just takes so long to get things right. So
yeah.
you have to keep writing, rewriting, and over and over. It's funny because I bet, like, because Oscar Isaac, who knows if his career was like, I don't even know if like it was even there back in 2006. So now I wonder who the writer was thinking of, like, acting for the part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I know this is gonna be a good movie because Hideo Kojima has always said that he's always wanted to do movies. I never knew why he didn't ever pursued it before actually getting to video games. But yeah, you can tell in his games that he's definitely has like that cinematic mindset all the time. He knows film, so I'm excited either way. If it's Norman Reedus, if it's Kurt Russell, if it's whatever it is, I'm all there for it.
Yeah.
Cool. So our second news item of the week, man, this is, oh boy, this is the first negative news for Nintendo of the week. Smash GG. But anybody who's ever been in a part of an online Smash tournament knows of Smash GG. It is obviously a platform. I would call it a platform, right? It's where the tournaments are held. It just facilitates online tournaments. It makes it easier for people to for event organizers to just basically execute their online tournaments. Well, Microsoft has acquired Smash GG, which is this caught me out of left field because we all know Nintendo and their thoughts and their stances by now on esports. They obviously don't support it. They obviously do not much care to get involved in it. But like to have a company as big as Microsoft, and also noted a company that's actually in the gaming business, to buy up Smash GG, I would take offense it was Nintendo. I was like, wait, this would have sparked some I don't know, something in me, for me to actually go and try and fix the whole esports situation that's happening
Right.
under my name in my games. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's good news, honestly, because it means it's not being dropped entirely. The fact that Microsoft acquired it means that they want to do something with it, and known as for the Xbox online experience compared to Nintendo's online experience, you can only expect better things coming out from there. They actually want to do something with it, versus Nintendo doesn't really want to be a part of it. So it totally makes sense for this move to happen. And who knows, maybe we will have another Microsoft character in Smash because of it.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure how Microsoft's involvement in Smash GG. What is that? I don't really know what that means for esports as a whole, especially for Smash. Like, are they gonna be supporting with on the technical side with server stuff, or are they like I don't know. I just do not know what their involvement is going to be besides just being the owners.
Promotional advertising, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when it comes to organizing events on Smash GG, they use everything Microsoft related. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, here we go. There's a statement from Smash GG said, with this acquisition, the Smash GG community and tournament organizers will continue to benefit from the Smash GG platform, while our team will now benefit from additional resources and support as part of the Microsoft Content Services team. For now, it's business as usual as our combined team continues to support our community and tournament organizers. Blah blah. They're just doing the rounds. But yeah, it looks like I mean, this is gonna be great for Smash. I just hope, I really hope that Nintendo does not take this, in a negative way. And
Right.
I would hate for Smash GG to not be able to host Smash tournaments just because Nintendo, got upset or they just do not agree with this. So
Feelings hurt or whatever.
yeah, I mean, regardless of their reasoning as to why Nintendo just doesn't want to support esports, in reality, like in the long term, this is extremely bad for Nintendo. Like, why would you not want to keep everything surrounding your brand under its own ecosystem? You still, of course you'd be supporting, you'd be investing money in esports and everything, but like, you would have control over how these events are handled. You would have control over just the quality of these events, and just, I don't know, man. I don't understand Nintendo. I just do not understand. As the more I read into this whole esports situation with Big House, and with another thing that we'll deal on actually later, that just popped off. Like, I just do not understand the reasoning behind it. I understand at first. What's that?
No one. I don't think nobody really knows, and nobody will ever know. That I think all that matters to them. I'll probably bring this up again, but all that matters to them is that they're selling their consoles, they're selling their games. Their audience is not us. It's true. It's for younger people in general. Yeah. That's what's been selling, and that's what helps them. I don't think they care for their online users or esports or anything. I think what matters to them most is what sells. So
yeah, and that's true. I don't know. I mean, I do agree that that's the only thing that matters to them, but at the same time, like, this also raises the question as to, like, then why go after tournament organizers who are doing their own thing without asking for your help? Like, why would you go out of your way to shut them down, or like just make it harder for them to organize? I've read, like, usually the general consensus was that, if Nintendo doesn't want to support us, fine, just let us do our own thing. But now it's become apparent that Nintendo literally does not want like these a third party events to just take place.
Right.
And now, like, even this has extended to just not Smash. Now a Splatoon is actually involved in this.
Yeah.
There's a tweet from I think he's one of the organizers. I'm not entirely sure. He's a commentator. Slimy Quagsire on Twitter said, so the Splatoon community, in support of the Smash community, has 30% of the top teams in this weekend's Splatoon 2 NA Open tournament with team names in support of Melee and Smash. So what does Nintendo do in response? They cancel their live stream for tomorrow's finals. And it's gotten to a point where it's just funny.
They just want to move on from that online gaming community. They don't want to have to be a part of it anymore. I think with how much like toxicity, I guess that's the word I should use.
Yeah.
What there is with some of their online players, like I'm sure you've heard of, like, the accusations with some of these well-known Smash players.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to be a part of with any of those people anymore. So I think they're doing their best to just move on from that. And who knows, maybe something that wouldn't surprise me is if Nintendo came out with a new console and they were like, oh yeah, there's no online support. Wow. There's nothing online gaming anymore because we don't want to be a part of that community, period.
Yeah.
Like, everything's just going to be party games and it's going to be for fun. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's how I imagined you have to think of the creators of Smash when they wanted to implement like items and a bunch of like fun things in Smash where people like, no, it has to be 3 stock, no items, things like that. Like, they've created that for a reason. So
yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they want to have to do anything with their esports anymore. I think they're doing their best to move on.
Yeah, it's true. And I hate to say it, but like I think Nintendo, like you said, is just gonna ignore it and gonna just try and move on from this, as you say. And
I think we all know that maybe with all these things happening is whenever they if they ever announce a Smash sequel to Smash Ultimate, probably gonna be the worst Smash ever because they're gonna censor a lot of things online.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we'll see. Because didn't they say this was probably gonna be the last Smash ever, and it's just gonna be like a living game?
I feel like the creators of Smash, because it's their second best selling game, I believe. I think eventually they'll be forced to make another one, which how much it sells. So, who knows? But I think they're gonna tone it down on the online part of it. That's for sure. Who knows? Maybe they won't allow people to take off items. Maybe they'll have items and maybe they'll have final smashes online and people won't be able to take those things off.
Yeah.
See.
Well, hopefully, I'm happy, as you said, you just like you said, happy for Smash GG. Microsoft buying you is a huge deal.
And I'm okay with Smash Ultimate, and as much as people want to go back to Melee, I'd say Smash Ultimate is definitely my favorite Smash sequel so far. I feel like a lot of professional online players, they always play it and then they say, I hate this game, I'm going back to Melee, and then they go back to Smash again and they're like, no, I'm not playing this game anymore, it's crap, and then they come back to it. It's every like couple months that an online Smash player says that. It's just like, it's gonna come back to you, man.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, there doesn't seem to be a resolution in sight, but hopefully Nintendo at least lays off the pressure from independent organizers. But
Hopefully they address something at some point, because as of now I don't see them addressing anything, but I hope they at least eventually they will say something.
Yeah, just an explanation, because they should at least just address it, as you say, because it can only do good, clarify the situation
instead of ignoring it completely.
Exactly. Yeah, if they just come out and say, look, we don't want esports surrounded our game, we don't want to support esports, we don't want to have anything to do with that, I think it's way better than not saying anything.
Yep. Agreed.
But we'll see. Okay, so third news item of the week, and this is more like, I only included this because I've been amazed at how bad of a console launch this has been.
The worst.
To my knowledge. I think the last console launch I ever participated in was, I believe, when the N64 came out. I think that was the only other console I got at launch, and even I remember that one was pretty terrible as well. It was pretty hard to try and get a N64, but man, it is completely impossible to buy a Xbox Series X, or especially a PlayStation 5 online, because of bots, because of scalping, and just because of inventory. There's just not enough to go around. I found this. I was really just bored the other night, and I saw that there was a PlayStation 5 disc version that was being sold for $1,225, and I was like, oh, of course, it's scalping. It's a little over double the retail price. But then I saw that it was the box only, no console. And there's a bunch of different of these types of scams on eBay. If you go right now and look for PlayStation 5 or anything, you'll see a bunch of stuff saying box only, or I don't remember what the other one said, but it's getting ridiculous. It's getting to the point where I honestly don't think anybody who actually wants to play these consoles has a console. It's incredible, man. Just to give you just because I've been extremely into a PS5 and Xbox Series X Twitter right now, which is people who keep posting whenever there's stock. This past week there was a drop every single day from PlayStation 5 directly from their website. And the way they handle it is that they do a queue, a online queue. And it's all random, so it never really matters what time you join the queue. You just got to get lucky. If you're part of the 500 or 1,000 people who actually came by a console that day, you're just one of the lucky ones. And I think that's one of the best ways to handle it, because it levels the playing field. Everybody gets at least it's only one per household. The position in your queue is completely random, so it doesn't matter if you're there as soon as they tweet it out or 5 minutes later. And yeah, a lot of people have been successful that way.
I actually prefer their queue versus Microsoft's Xbox. I've done both, because the queue I've been able to wait, and I was on the freeway, so I couldn't purchase the PS5, but I was in queue and it said it was my turn, but obviously I lost that chance. So, but it was more smooth than Microsoft, because for Microsoft it just shows buy now, and then by the time you click the button or you refresh it, it says select a retailer or out of stock, or it's in the cart. And then by the time I try to purchase it, place order, I'm ready. It's ready to go. My account's in there. It just says unable to purchase the item at this time, and I have to keep clicking the button. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Versus PlayStation, I feel like it's been a more smooth way to check out the PlayStation. But again, no luck with any of these consoles. With the Series S, with the X, with the PlayStation, I haven't had any luck at all. And I have, like you said, an alert system that works out perfectly. Maybe my alert system's a little bit more delayed. Who knows? But
Yeah.
again, no luck with purchasing any of these consoles. There's a tweet I need to send you of this guy dealing with a scalper. I forget which console it was for, but he practically owns him. He's saying, "Look, your price is ridiculous. No one is gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna keep pointing that out to you when your value goes down." And then he's like, "You don't know," and the scalper says back to him, like, "You don't know the businessman, you don't know anything." And then you see eventually, like, the notifications of him lowering the price, like, every week, and he's just like, "Oh, I noticed you changed your value." Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with more and more stock being available, like, there's nobody gonna be buying anything from Scout.
No.
Hopefully, I mean, people get desperate the closer you are to Christmas, but
that's true. So
yeah, it's just it's been a total disaster. Just
yeah, and I believe it wouldn't be this way if it wasn't for the pandemic. Truthfully,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because I was able to get a Switch 2 weeks later after it came out. Like, yeah, it was high demand, but eventually I got one via Amazon because it was available, and there was just as much as there was a demand for it, it wasn't this much of a disaster. I was gonna use a bad word for it, but rather not this.
And it's a combination of things. Of course, the pandemic, retailers just not wanting to address the issue with bots. Of course, inventory just not being readily available. Yeah, man, I've given up. Like, at this point, I've just given up. I also, there's a whole issue right now with retailers, specifically Walmart. And man, I used to go to Walmart all the time to buy my games because they're usually $10 cheaper than normal retail. But I've been literally a whole week I spent going to Walmart, at least 2 to 3 Walmarts a day. I would go there. What's that?
What time did you go there? Just curious.
One time I went there before they opened, like at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I waited in line. Literally, I waited in line with other people, and I was like, "Wow, I'm not the only wild person out here." And then they literally said, "No, we don't have any in stock." I showed them on their own app that it says they have stock, and they're like, "We can't sell it. It's only for online only." I'm like, "Okay, if it's for online only, why can't I order it online? Like, what's going on here? Like, you either have it or you don't have it." And it's like, "Oh no, that's for pre-orders." Okay, I mean, you should have just told me that. And then later on, I find out from that same store, people are walking out with PS5s from there. Literally, they just walk in and they turn into complete Karens, which I thankfully haven't resorted to that. But they go and, like, literally tell them, like, harass the employees. I'm not saying that's good. It's like extremely bad, but they still walk out. Yeah, and I mean, that's not an issue. That's not a problem with the employees. The problem, that's the corporate. Like, they don't communicate well enough, what they're supposed to be doing. Like, can they do in-store purchases, or is it all going to be online? What about canceled orders, blah blah blah. So a lot of these accounts that I follow, they keep tweeting like, "Yo, this Walmart in this town in New Jersey or whatever is doing walk-ins, go," and people just flock the Walmarts. They try and flock, and it's like, it's become a mess, man.
I think I'd be lucky. I'd be better off if I walk into a Walmart that's in the middle of nowhere and get an Xbox there versus having to purchase online.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that's the best case scenario.
It is.
Just to go somewhere where it's in the middle of nowhere, not a big city, just probably some, like, a town with hardly any of a big or small population and just go there and get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I read I saw a couple of tweets of people saying like, oh, I just drove across Texas for like 9 hours trying to get a PS5. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what?
People are desperate, man. And the thing that sucks with the scalpers is eventually they're gonna get rid of these consoles that they're not even gonna play. I saw a tweet actually saying with somebody saying, oh yeah, maybe he was just trolling, but he says, oh yeah, I just bought my 8th PS5. 8th, like, where do you get that money? 1, 2, these people, I feel like the best thing that these retailers and what these sites can do is at least ID the people that they're buying the console from, so that way they don't purchase another. But again, they only care about making money, and so that's what the corporate is just gonna go for. It doesn't really matter. They don't care about the scalpers, or who knows.
I will say Target has been way better handling it. They actually do cancel orders that are at least multiple orders under the same name or address. They'll cancel them. They did that, what was it, I think it was Wednesday or sometime this in between the week. They released stock at around like 5:40 a.m. which is literally 20 minutes before I fell asleep, and then I woke up at 6 and I was like, oh, it's all gone. Wow. I literally slept for 30 minutes and everything was gone. That's when I gave up. That's when I said, all right, I'm just not gonna pursue it. But they at least have some measures in place to prevent that type of stuff. They also don't deliver. It's all pickup. So if you order 3, 4, 5 PlayStations, you need to go to the Target and like try and convince them to give you 5 PlayStations that you bought. But we'll see. I did hear that PlayStation, at least, I'm not too sure of on Xbox, but I did hear that they're ramping up production now. I think the first batch completely sold out already. They're doing a second round of production. Hopefully they fix the issues they've been having with, like, I think they've been having like a lot of people have been reporting crashes on their PS5.
Well, I'll tell you my experience from Xbox. So actually, I was on Friday. This what happened while I was streaming. I got a lot of notifications saying the Xbox Series is in stock on Microsoft. Xbox Series S is in stock on Microsoft. It happened probably every 20 to 30 minutes. So I think they kept stocking up. But every time, of course, and this happened while I was streaming, so it wasn't the best scenario. I kept logging onto the site and refresh, check out, place order, unable to purchase this item at this time. But I think what mattered is they kept coming in stock. I kept getting the alert, so they were restocking every hour. I think so.
I think
the fact that production is still going on. Eventually I will get one. So everybody in the next 2 or 3 months, hopefully everybody's gonna be able to get one. It's just the initial hype. And if anybody is really considering buying from a scalper, don't, like, please
just don't. There's no reason for you to get one from them. You don't have the store warranty. You don't got you're not guaranteed that you have the manufacturer warranty, because they might have messed around with it. It's just and you're just overpaying for something that's readily available.
There's no deadline to have a next gen console now, especially if the majority of the games that you're already playing on your Xbox One or PS4 are available for that game versus the next gen.
Exactly. A lot of the games that are coming out for next gen currently, at least for PlayStation, I know they're also being released on PS4. Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be Forbidden West is going to be on PS4. I think the only one that are exclusive as far as PS5, I think it's Demon Souls, and even that I'm not entirely sure. Right? Miles Morales is on PS4 as well.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
So there's really no reason for you to get a next gen currently. But Yeah, man. I'm just gonna keep praying to get one. Um,
Yeah, same here.
yeah,
Before Christmas.
yeah,
Really.
hopefully.
Mhm.
Okay, so moving on, our fourth news item of the week. This one is, damn, this one is a little bit dark.
Oh, we're getting darker and darker.
Yeah. There was a Nintendo hacker that was recently sentenced to 3 years in prison. I well, okay. So first of all, let me read the Department of Justice page that they provided here. A 21-year-old Palmdale, California man was sentenced to 3 years in prison today in U.S. District Court in Seattle for federal crimes related to his computer hacking scheme and his this is the really sad part, and his possession of child pornography found on his digital devices. Announced, blah blah blah. He pleaded guilty to a 2-count information in January 2020. Of course, he's gonna have to be. He needs to register as a sex offender. Let me see what he actually did according to Nintendo, because I mean the other stuff is pretty self-explanatory. He definitely should be in prison. He said Hernandez and an associate used a phishing technique to steal credentials of a Nintendo employee, which were exploited to gain access and download confidential Nintendo files related to its consoles and games. That stolen information, including pre-release information about the anticipated Nintendo Switch console, was leaked to the public. What else? He began hacking multiple Nintendo servers and stealing confidential information about various popular video games, gaming consoles, developer tools. He boasted about his hacking exploits on several online and social media platforms. I mean, he was just asking to be caught. And he actually leaked some of the stolen information to others. He operated an online chat forum called Ryan's Underground Hangout, in which he discussed Nintendo products and shared information about possible Nintendo network vulnerabilities. What else? He hacked devices, switches, to access pirated video games and software. I mean, yeah, this dude did everything and anything that could get you in very, very bad legal trouble with Nintendo. I just found this very interesting that, like, I just never thought about just how easy it is actually to get, information from big video game companies. They find a back door, which is like a completely random employee who probably doesn't even know what they're doing. It probably is like just a salesperson or something.
Yeah.
And then they just get into it. Yeah, I mean, hey man, mess with Nintendo.
Yeah. I think we already learned that lesson with just Smash tournaments in general.
Yeah. It's let me see what he actually, if there's anything he actually hacked or actually like released to the public that people knew about, or something that might have just caught traction. Yeah, man, if you're gonna be stealing stuff, don't put it in a folder called bad stuff.
Just don't steal.
Yeah, also just don't don't boast about it. Yeah.
Don't boast about it. Yeah, that's asking for it.
Exactly.
I feel like hackers normally like to boast about things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. Pretty much true. Yeah, I don't think there is here's where he kind of drew some of his where his name started to gain traction. He actually Ryan Rocks, that was his name, drew at least a little infamy in the Nintendo hacking community for allegedly leaking a Nintendo software development kit that had a piece of hidden remote access tool malware added to it. I don't know if he was one of those. I mean, he worked with the same pirates who were, I think they were sentenced a couple of months ago or earlier this year in which they were actually selling the tools needed to hack your Nintendo Switch, either to jailbreak it or whatever. But yeah, man, it's I don't think I ever hear about these things from other video game companies. Like, have you heard about Microsoft having these issues or Sony with hackers?
Probably Microsoft. No, not really.
It's I mean, it's wild, man. It seems like
yeah, I think that Nintendo is definitely a first.
Yeah, it's man. Besides that, you know, the main reason he should have gotten way more than 3 years is obviously the other stuff. Because I mean, come on. But yeah, man, I just found it very, very just noteworthy. You know, Nintendo hacker getting jail time. All right, man. Final news item of the week. We can talk about something later on if you want. Nintendo Switch update now allows owners to transfer screenshots and videos to their smartphones.
That's awesome.
Have you used this?
You know what? I haven't, but I definitely should, because I screenshot and I save videos all the time from my Twitch and transfer it to my phone. So I should definitely take advantage of this just to, I don't know, just to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Also, save data transfer file for Animal Crossing, which is tempting because I have a Switch Lite, and I thought of selling my Switch Lite possibly for another Nintendo Switch for my second island, so that way I can stream using that account and playing with that island in general. But I don't know. As of now, I think I'm gonna, you know, with everything going on Nintendo, a part of me wants to play other games too. Plus, Cyberpunk's coming out on December 10th, so it's like, I don't know, is it worth to even sell my Switch Lite or just, you know, just keep it?
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and not even bother with it.
Yeah. It's yeah, I think the what do you call it? The file transfer save finally is something people I know have been asking for a long time. Sure. I always found it really, I don't know, I just never knew the reason behind just having an Animal Crossing island exclusive to a console. Like, yeah. Why? What's the reason? I don't get it.
Sell more copies, sell more consoles.
I guess so.
And now because of the PlayStation, you know, Xbox release, maybe they wanted their value to go more higher up, and they're just like, wait, stay with our console. We have save data transfer.
Oh, okay. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Here's a quick summary of what the new feature of the new update brings. The biggest new feature is the ability to easily transfer captured media from the console to a smart device. By selecting sharing and editing on an image, owners will be able to scan a QR code with their phone while delivering the image straight to their device. So it's still kind of convoluted because you still have to like scan the QR code and I guess, I don't know, download it. I mean, still using QR codes in 2020.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I say that as you know, almost all the restaurants that, you know, I've been to during the pandemic use QR codes for their menus.
Yep. True. I feel like it's a fancy way of doing that. Sure. Because menus, I believe they said that menus it's not restrooms that have the most bacteria on them, it's menus, because that's something they don't clean and they like give to people, so it makes sense to go into that now.
Yeah. Another method now that you can transfer content is via the USB cable, which now the Switch supports. By simply hooking up the console to the PC, media can be easily transferred off the console.
I'm surprised that all of that wasn't available at launch, and now they're just doing that. You would think.
You would think. I mean, I always, this is one thing that I always wonder when, updates like this, become live. I always think like, I'm pretty sure they already had this, they had the ability to do all of this, but I feel like they space out all these features throughout the course of a console's life to like just keep people interested in the console. Like that's my conspiracy theory behind these types of updates.
And with any device, really, not just consoles, with PCs, with Macs, with iPhones, all of those things.
Yeah. Well, hey man, it's gonna be way easier to like now. I usually just capture any and all game footage using the capture card, but like for something quick, for a quick clip, I don't want to have to record it on my computer and like do this whole thing when I can just post it directly from my phone. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy for that.
Same here.
Okay, cool. All right, man. I kind of want to end these podcasts going forward by touching upon any and all games that we're going to be playing this week. What games are you going to be checking out this week, or what is going to be your rotation?
My rotation, honestly, I mean, I'm moving, so I'm not going to be doing that much. I'll probably stick to Animal Crossing and Smash Brothers, and then next week I'll be playing Destiny 2.
Oh, nice. They recently had an update, right?
Yeah, they had a pretty big update, so I got back to it after a couple of years, and there's a lot of expansions. Plus, all of those expansions are now included with Game Pass. So
sick.
Now it's more of a reason for me to get Game Pass, and now I don't have to spend $120 on those expansions that Bungie had. I just spend $1 and I can play all of those things.
Yeah, Microsoft is slowly becoming like the people's choice for gaming now.
Yeah.
Hey,
way to go.
Yeah, I love Game Pass, so great. I'm gonna be playing. I finished Age of Calamity. I'm writing a video review / analysis on it. I actually just shot it. I'm gonna edit it, and then I will be probably trying to 100% complete that. I'm gonna keep playing Animal Crossing because that's the game I play with my girlfriend a lot, and we're just waiting for this snow day to like get here.
Yep.
And then I think I'm actually gonna get back into Breath of the Wild. Age of Calamity made me appreciate Breath of the Wild so much.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to restart another playthrough of that, even though I've already beaten like 4 times. But it's just a great game.
Yeah, my brother's still working on Breath of the Wild, and actually from viewers on my Twitch have been saying like, "Hey, have you played Breath of the Wild?" I'm like,
You're not a big fan?
No, I am a big fan. Like I love it, but I just feel like I'm stuck in that game. Yeah.
How come?
So maybe you can help me out.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to go. But obviously it's such a big open world. I don't know what's my next objective, because anywhere I go, I die, my swords break, and like I have nothing. I'm just like, what do I do in this game now? So I feel kind of lost.
Yeah.
And this is your first time hearing it, and you're like, what? Like, he has not beaten that game yet? How dare he?
Well, like, are you already at like the Divine Beast and stuff, or
no?
Not even. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you barely start. You haven't even done like an eighth.
I barely got the glider.
Oh wow, man. Okay, wow. No, yeah, you're missing out on a lot.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's I'm gonna start probably another playthrough, so I'll help you out, man.
I'll watch and then I'll find out.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, any parting words, Art?
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. We'll keep doing more of this, and hope maybe we'll have more guests eventually. We'll see, depending on the topics we cover. But I really appreciate you having me. It's definitely nice to have a long conversation with somebody, with a friend, when you can't do it in person nowadays.
Exactly, especially talking about stuff we love.
For sure.
All right, well, I've been True Fernie. If you like this video, if you like this podcast, please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please make sure to follow Art on Twitch. It's at the Rockett, right? No,
Yes.
It's not at. It's Twitch. Just the Rockett.
Yeah, Twitch the Rockett with an extra T.
Okay, with an extra T. And also this podcast is now available on Spotify. Just search and report.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's news.
I got it approved. Actually, when we first did the first episode, you and I, that it got approved that same week. It was really fast. Apparently anybody can do it. So
Holy crap.
it's
Spotify, guys.
yeah, Spotify. So yeah, make sure to subscribe on that or listen on that so you can take it on the go. You don't have to watch on YouTube. Links to my socials as well, and as well as links to Art's social media stuff is going to be down below. I think that's it. I always forget the outro, but folks, I've been True Fernie. Okay. Folks, I've been True Fernie. This has been the Rockett. Please take care of each other, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Peace.